Welcome back, everyone. You're watching the week of September 4th, and today I'm coming to you live. Well, not live, but I'm coming to you from London, where we are, Ethan and I, on our first leg towards the 2023 World Championships. We're here for a 3-day training camp in Essex, and it's a club that we've been at before with the Commonwealth team in the build-up towards 2014 Com Games. It was in Glasgow, and we trained in Essex for about a week or so. So Essex have a pit which you can kind of land in quite safely. A little bit on the shallow side still, but if you fluff it up, it's quite okay. And I thought that I would use this opportunity to play with some things. One of those things I thought that would be fun would be upping my twisting in the Kovacs. So I filmed a couple of sessions today of bar, and in the first session in the morning I started twisting more than a full twist. Now I don't want to give too much away, but let's just say Brett Schneider is very difficult for me to orient myself, or orientate. I'm not quite sure what's the correct term. So anyway, this was September 4th, so a couple weeks before leaving for this trip. And fam, my shoulder was just giving me grief. Especially, funny enough, the apparatus that hurts most isn't rings, even though Yamawaki's hurt like a bitch. Yamawaki's hurt a lot, but it's pommel. Pommel hurts the most. Going through planche, moving through planche, especially my post arm on my scissor to handstand. More so the swing before the scissor to handstand, where I'm on my left arm. And all this, of course, coming from the Yamawaki, where I let go of my hand accidentally about a month ago. As with most of my pains, the pain is traveling. I've noticed that a long time ago, that if I get quite an acute injury, it seems to travel upwards on my body. So if I hurt a wrist, it goes to the elbow, then to the shoulder. And this is something I've noticed for years and years. So it is traveling kind of into my AC joint right now. I'm not going to get into specifics, but anyway, bottom line is shoulder hurts like hell, and it still hurts a lot here, especially after the long flight. We had a 17-hour or so to Doha, and then another 7 hours or so to London, and then a 1-hour car ride, if that wasn't enough. Let me go close the window. I'm not sure if it's picking it up, but someone's mowing the lawn outside. So in these 2 weeks from September 4th, I decided to lay off on the mock comps. Like I mentioned in the last week, I thought I made a mistake doing mock comps all the time and leaving myself little energy for refinement and increased repetitions of difficult skills like the Makuts and the giant Tiami. So for 2 weeks, I thought I'd just do the skills, and that's kind of what you're gonna see. I don't know if I did the there you go. There you go. That's actually another skill that really hurts. That rotation on 3/4 Diamondov, it even switches on in the Stutz. It's a really sharp pain. So I couldn't actually do too many repetitions of the Makuts due to that pain. Something I noticed on the giant Diamondov was that I am quite weak in my left post arm. Goes back to that point where, you know, you think you're trying hard, you think you're trying really hard, but if you actually feel in that moment what you're doing, you realize you're not even doing 50% of what you could be doing. And that problem arises because there are so many different things that subconsciously you're paying attention to. It's difficult for attention to hone in on one thing at a time, especially with more complicated, complex skills. Yeah, but this was, you know, a couple weeks ago, so I don't remember did I do the mock comp on the Tuesday or not. I haven't been catching too many casinas. We'll see how it goes over here. I had a pretty good session today. Made my bounce at the top a little bit earlier, and that seemed to catapult me upwards a bit higher. Oh, that was a nice form on that pagan. Okay, so I did do a mock comp. Let's see how it went. Holding back a bit in that scissor from the shoulder pain. You'll notice I'm not doing the extended scissor to handstand so much anymore. I'm letting myself get away with piking at the hips a bit. You gotta do what you gotta do. Fell back a bit too much on that dismount. Rings, how close is the skip to being lock arm? Probably just a 0.1. Still pretty obvious, pretty visible. Bit slow on the Yamawakis, and that swing right there that you see in the L-set, still not quite sure when to do the forward roll to get rid of the swing after the back prize. One factor that comes into play also is the speed of the Yamawakis. If the Yamawaki is faster, you know, you're going to get into that back prize earlier. So with my shoulder quite beat up right now, I'm quite limited in the energy that I can put into the Yamawakis. So you'll notice that, you know, or I'll notice that the timing is different, and I can't quite replicate what's going to happen at the competition at full adrenaline. So something perhaps that I could test out at podium training here on the Wednesday, which will definitely be an adrenalized situation, I'm sure. Couldn't quite get that first double twist to my feet. Round 2. And we got a stick. Second stick of the build-up, I believe. P-bars. So we've gone back to the old construction, doing the Makut's, I don't know what it is, 7th, I think, in hopes of doing the Peach and Giant Diamondov with better grip. I like that Healy because I caught with my hands nice and parallel. Oh, what a save. That same mistake again as a couple weeks or so ago, where my post hand just rips off because I'm a bit to the right. Didn't quite commit to that Makut's. Looks like I went up to repeat it. How did it go? Little pause, but pretty good. Decent studs. Could have used a bit more swing. Nice Healy. And gotta open those hips up a bit more on the dismount. High bar. This would have been the one touch. Always such nice form in the one touch, but I can never get it like that on the pagan that counts, the one that I salute. Didn't catch. Okay. Oh, close, close, close. Just centimeters out with that left hand. Did I manage to finish the routine? Oh, nice. Nice, Coleman. Good fight out of that Kachev for that giant. How was the angle on this Quast? Stolder went right up to handstand. Pretty nice. Nice extension. Obviously still a 0.1, maybe even a 1 and a 1, but extension on the catch was ideal in my case. Extension on the Zoli was nice too. And I got to pay a little more attention to that top change. That one wasn't bad, but lately I've been noticing I'm a little bit slack in that top change. Haha. What is going on, fam? Shouldn't have piked down. No more piking down into this dismount. Trust it, stay straight. You'll be okay. I was just exhausted at this point. Probably could have just taken a step there, but yeah, you see those jelly legs. Finishing on floor is no joke. At this point, I'm going to do the whole floor routine at podium training. We'll see how it goes. I think I'll be okay to do the double pike. Had to tuck that full around. Clearly extremely tired. And slop. Yep, I knew it. One big slop into the floor. Oh man, gymnastics is not easy. You get taken to your limit. That's right, I went right back to P-bar on this particular day. No warm-ups, did the bar, and decided to try a cold, if you can call it that, first half. So far so good. Obviously the Honma was no good, but not a skill that comes easily for me. Okay, looks like I committed to some good form there on that giant D-arm, but was a bit yeah, there you have it. I think that summarizes that summarizes where we're at on this fine day. Now from memory I did one good turn after this. Looks like Coach David's mocking my behavior a little bit. I think it was on the next turn, but I kept nice and tight on the next turn. No Makutes, no more, I'm done. No more, coach. Okay, maybe I didn't do any more. Why am I still going after I said I'm done? Wow, still going. Okay, so what was this? Nice peach and boom. I just felt that good support on my left post arm. That was a great giant DM. Now we're competing in the 4th subdivision of day 1. And then there's 2 more subdivisions day 2. So I'll definitely go watch the subdivisions on day 2. Do some recording. I think it'll be fun to put that a lot of the podium training routines that you don't otherwise get to see. If there are any, quite famous or outstanding athletes, I'll definitely go and record their podium training routines. Probably just post that on the Patreon. I'm not sure if I'll be able to make any of the sessions before our podium. Was that whole routine? I kind of missed that, but that looked, I think, yeah, I clapped. That must have been a whole routine. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll be able to go to any of the podium training sessions at the start of the day before mine, because obviously we'll go and we'll do a little sesh in the morning, just a little move around. So gonna need some rest after, but maybe depending on who it is. Let's say there's a China and Japan in subdivision 2, then I'd be keen to go and watch their podium and then head back and get a rest for for the New Zealand podium training. Now we're going around with Mexico with 2 all-rounders from Mexico. Ethan's gonna start on floor. Now we haven't submitted it yet, but we're thinking, not floor, pardon me. Ethan is gonna start on horse. I'll be second, and then you drop 1 each time from there on out. Yeah, it looks like I'm having quite the Friday sesh. Working that lock arm press. I do feel a little bit of gains in that press. I think the problem is just like a decade of training bent arm press when I was younger, but not doing any reps trying to see how I can do it lock arm or how high I can go lock arm. And that's something I'm doing as a coach with the younger ones. Wow, no block there. You know, to train the press to handstand however you can. Obviously handstand hold is only with locked arms, but to also just train the press lock arms, go as high as you can. When you reach the point that you can't go any higher, you hold it there for 5 seconds, trying to just get more acquainted with how to keep things moving with your elbows absolutely straight. So I guess that's something that my coach, my dad back in the day, could have helped us out with, but you know, we were too busy training crosses, Maltesers and all that stuff. I remember I was able to do like an Archie Maltese. I had some sort of a niggle, so I was doing a lot of conditioning. Got to the point where I was holding a Maltese on rings. Not the best form, like I said. Came back to gymnastics and then lost all the strength. Azerian as well, I was able to do a Azerian cross without grips at around the same age, but I could never figure out Azerian cross with grips. Still to this day, it's actually quite a mystery. Like, I have to hold the ring so tight to get to keep a false grip while hanging. It seems ridiculous. It seems like you literally have to train yourself hard just to be able to keep the false grip. So either that's just how hard it is, or I'm not doing something right with the way I'm wearing my hand guard or my rings grips. So if you got any tips for false grip, you let me know. It was a funny situation. Me and Coach David, we were just talking about maybe adding some strength next year. You know, the cross might be getting upgraded to a C, and maybe continue working the inverted cross, maybe start the Maltese up. And I was thinking, yeah, I'm 30, so surely like this is my prime now. So we looked, when is the prime testosterone levels for males? It's 18 to 21, fam. 18 to 21. I am long gone past my physical strength prime. I was almost a bit upset. I was like, what? But I feel like so much better now than I did back then. And I think the answer for that is because I probably know how to take care of myself better now, whether that's diet or, you know, just habits outside of the gym, how much rest I'm getting, and also just mental approach to gymnastics, enjoying it more rather than being stressed out about it. All those things, they come into play. Speaking of age, I'm curious how old he's, because I know Jordan Jovchev, he was cranking rings. I mean, he was pretty much like almost 40 at his 5th Olympics, I think, and he made rings finals. But he's a bit of an anomaly, obviously. But I wonder, like Liu Yang and some of these extremely strong rings workers, Petronius from Greece. Hey, look, it's a spaz, but that wasn't an angry spaz. That was a jokey spaz. A spaz for fun. I wonder, I wonder how old those rings workers are. You'll see there Reed McGowan to the right, an old boy, a TriStar alum, came to say hello this particular Saturday. I was hoping to grab a casino, but I was pretty beat up after that Friday sesh. Although that one I probably could have committed a little bit better. There we go, that's the form we want. They're clearly just not getting enough height. That was almost there. Man, I was cranking you hard. Oh, closer and closer. But no cigar. So we'll leave it there. Thanks for watching this far in. Looking forward to getting over to Belgium and filming some more stuff for you guys. So patrons, you can expect some podium training videos pretty soon in the next week. All the best. Until next time.